Today, I have a story for you that still sends a shiver down my spine whenever I think about it. It's one of those things that you hear about happening to other people, something you see in horror movies, but you never, ever think it could happen to you. It all started with something as innocent as a baby monitor. When my daughter, Lily, was born, my husband Mark and I were like any new parents, overjoyed, exhausted, and a little bit paranoid about everything. We lived in a 2-story house, and her nursery was upstairs while her bedroom was on the main floor. So, getting a good quality baby monitor wasn't just a luxury, it was a necessity for our peace of mind. We splurged on a top-of-the-line model with video, audio, temperature sensors. That works. It even had a two-way talk feature, which I thought was great. I could soothe Lily with my voice from downstairs without having to run up every single time she stirred. For the first 6 months, it was perfect. It was our digital lifeline to our baby, a constant, reassuring presence. It would pick up her soft breathing, her little coos, and, of course, her cries. Everything was exactly as it should be. The quiet static from the receiver was just part of the background noise of our new life. Then, one Tuesday night, things got strange. Mark was working a late shift, so it was just me and Lily at home. She'd been a bit fussy that day, probably teething, so getting her to sleep had been a challenge. Finally, around 10 p.m., she drifted off. I tiptoed out of her room, leaving the door slightly ajar, and went downstairs to try and relax for a bit. I curled up on the sofa with the parent unit of the monitor on the coffee table beside me. The volume turned up just enough to hear her if she woke. The house was completely silent except for the faint hum of the refrigerator and the gentle static from the monitor. I was just starting to doze off when a sound from the speaker made me jump. It wasn't Lily crying. It was a voice, a low, raspy whisper. At first, I thought I must have imagined it, that I was just tired and hearing things. I picked up the monitor and held it to my ear. For a few seconds, there was only static. Then I heard it again, clearer this time. A soft chooshing sound. She. My heart started pounding. My first logical thought was that the monitor was picking up a signal from a neighbor. I'd heard stories about that happening cordless phones, or even other baby monitors interfering with each other. It was unsettling, but explainable. I told myself that's all it was, a crossed signal. I even tried the talkback feature, my voice trembling slightly. "Hello," I said into the receiver. "Is someone there?" There was no response. Who's the ever-present static, and the sound of Lily's soft breathing. I watched the video feed intently. Lily was sound asleep in her crib, looking like a tiny angel. Everything in her room was exactly as I had left it. There was no one there. After a few minutes of tense silence, I managed to convince myself it was just a technical glitch. I turned the monitor off, and then back on again, hoping to reset it. The rest of the night was quiet, but I barely slept a wink. The next night, I was on high alert. Mark was home this time, which made me feel a little braver. I told him what had happened, and he, being the logical one, agreed it was probably interference. He checked the frequency settings and made sure our Wi-Fi was secure. "It's probably just Mrs. Henderson's new grandkid's monitor next door," he said, trying to reassure me. "Don't worry about it." I wanted to believe him. I really did. We put Lily to bed, and once again, I sat downstairs with the receiver. For a couple of hours, everything was normal, just the sweet, familiar sounds of my daughter sleeping. I started to relax, thinking maybe Mark was right. Then, just before midnight, the whispering started again. This time, it wasn't just shushing. It was a humming, a low, tuneless melody, like a warped lullaby. It was deeply unsettling. The hairs on the back of my neck stood up. "Mark," I called out, my voice barely a whisper. "Mark, come here, listen." He came over and listened to the monitor. He heard it too. His face went pale. The humming went on for about a minute and then stopped abruptly. We both stared at the monitor, then at each other. "What was that?" he whispered. We immediately went upstairs to check on Lily. We crept into her room, and she was fast asleep, completely undisturbed. The room was cold, colder than usual, even though the thermostat was set to our normal temperature. We checked the windows, the closet everywhere. There was nothing out of place. Nothing to explain the humming. We were officially freaked out. We brought the monitor downstairs and tried to rationalize it. Could it be a prank? A hacked signal? It seemed so unlikely. Who would do that? And why? The following night, we decided to conduct a little experiment. We put Lily to sleep in the bassinet in our room and left the monitor on in her empty nursery upstairs. We wanted to see if the sounds would happen without her being in there. We sat in our living room, watching the video feed of the empty crib, the receiver in my hand feeling like a block of ice. For hours, there was absolute silence. We were just about to give up and go to bed, convinced it was all in our heads, when the voice came through the speaker. And this time, it sighed my name. It was a drawn-out, raspy whisper. Sarah? My blood ran cold. It wasn't a crossed signal. It wasn't interference from a neighbor. How could a random signal know my name? Mark grabbed the monitor from me. He looked as terrified as I felt. The voice didn't say anything else. It was just that one chilling word hanging in the air between us. At that momento, logical explanations flew out the window. This wasn't a technical issue. This was something else. Something malicious. We unplugged the monitor and threw it in a drawer. We didn't even want it in the house anymore. That night, and for every night after, Lily slept in our room. We were too scared to leave her alone. The feeling of being watched, of an unseen presence in our home, was overwhelming. The nursery, which had once been my favorite room in the house, now felt tainted and menacing. I couldn't even walk past it without getting goosebumps. We never figured out what it was. We ended up selling that house a few months later, and I'd be lying if I said the incident with the monitor wasn't a major factor. We never told the new owners, of course. What would we even say? By the way, the house might come with a ghost that likes to talk through baby monitors. We just packed our things and left. I still don't have an explanation. Was it a hacker with a twisted sense of humor? Or was it something supernatural? Something that was attached to the house? Or maybe even to the monitor itself? I don't know. And honestly, I don't want to know. All I know is that I will never, ever have a baby monitor in my house again. Some things are just not worth the peace of mind. That experience taught me that sometimes the things we buy to make us feel safe can do the exact opposite. It opened a door to a kind of fear I had never known before. Have any of you ever had a creepy experience with technology like this? A smart device that acted on its own, or a strange voice on the line? Let me know in the comments below. I'd be really interested to hear your stories. Thanks for listening to mine. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing for more content. Stay safe out there, and maybe double check your Wi-Fi settings tonight. I'll see you in the next one.